Mate.
Good, thank you. Very good.
Good to hear. Well, of course, we're here for the Anthony Joshua press conference, and for yourself, you're coming into your second six rounder now, I believe. And do you feel happy? Do you feel comfortable going into this fight?
100%. Another good camp. Back-to-back camps. I was fit when I started this camp. Boxed June the 10th. Was fit enough to do 6 rounds then. Fit enough to do 6 rounds now, if not more. And yeah, I'm in a great place. Very strong, very sharp. Looking forward to putting on a dominant display.
And so, the way you're fighting at the moment, of course, you're stopping everybody, and of course, it's credit to you, doing an amazing job. Would you say that maybe the rounds are not necessarily something you need?
People that aren't stopping people, you will hear people say, I needed to get the rounds in. I'm sparring rounds week in, week out, a lot of rounds, a hell of a lot of rounds. It's great to get the experience, and I'm sure there's going to be fighters that do take me the rounds, and do get me that valuable experience, but as far as saying it's needed, if you're putting the work in the gym, I don't believe so. If you're confident in your ability to go the rounds, I don't think you need to always get the rounds. But, all I can do is fight who's in front of me. And, we're stepping up fight by fight. And, if I keep demolishing them and keep getting them out there early, so be it. You don't get paid for overtime.
Do you not indeed? And so I suppose that credit to your power and would you say that's maybe one of your best attributes, your power?
I've got power. I don't focus on it. I don't think it's just my power. I think it's my flurries, my fast hands, my accuracy as well. I land the shots. It's all good having power, but if you can't land, it's no good. So I think it's a combination of things. And yeah, you're going to keep seeing it grow and grow. And my power is only going to get stronger and stronger. As I've grown from a boy to a man, but there's man strength, and you keep developing that strength. The next few years will be a big few years for me. And you're going to keep seeing me knock people out, 100%.
Amazing. And is there any kind of fighters that you ever in the past or currently really look towards for inspiration?
All the great fighters, really. Canelo was one I watched a lot of. Floyd Mayweather, I watched loads of him. A lot of throwback fighters as well. Marvin Hagler, watched quite a bit about him. I think any fighter that's been at the top, you have to take some part from them. You got to watch them, see what they've done. If they've got there, they're doing something right, and if you want to follow in suit, you have to embody them. You have to embody that high level. So, I believe in having an old school work ethic, but with new school technologies, and training with new school methods. But I've got an old school work ethic, so I put the work in, and I think that's what will serve me.
Most definitely, and of course you're on a big show here, Anthony Joshua show, and does that kind of add and come with more pressure on the fact that you're on the undercard for this?
To me, no. I'm grateful for the opportunity to be on the show, but for me, every fight's a fight. There's another man in front of me that wants to beat me, and I've got to make sure he doesn't, and I've got to look good doing it. So for me, it's just another fight, and if anything, it's a bigger pool of people to hopefully attract to my style and start following me.
And I mean, you've been developing very well, of course. And so, say you get another stoppage here, is a possible 8-round fight maybe next, or the one afterward?
Potentially. Obviously, it's mainly up to my management team, but I certainly won't shy away from doing the rounds. Doesn't bother me. I do them week in, week out, and with elite world level fighters. So yeah, I won't shy away from the rounds. But yeah, ultimately up to my management team.
And are you happy with how active you've been as of recent?
Yeah, 100%. Straight back out after June the 10th. I had a tiny little break and then straight back to it. So, it's great. I'm fit starting camp. I'm keeping my weight down. I haven't got to lose a lot of weight. I'm pretty much on weight this morning. I'm always good on weight. Yeah, excited. Just excited now. Get the job done. Have a little break and roll on the next. But one fight at a time.
And for a lot of fighters, they do struggle with weight, especially early on. And I suppose it must be so nice and a privilege to be able to just not really have that as a problem.
100%. You don't want all these stresses on fight week. Like at the end of the day, some people get stressed out just being around, and then you got weight as well. It's not. I like to be as stress free as I can come fight week. I embrace all the media. I embrace making weight, make it comfortably. So not having that stress just means I can be even more energized come fight night.
And like I said, you've been developing very well. And so, how far away do you think you are from a possible title shot? And what would you want to go down the traditional route?
Like I say, it's one fight at a time, but ideally I'd like to win an English title next year, 100%. Maybe push on for British title, and just see how far we can go. But I know I'll be a world champion someday.
Amazing. And you've come here with your West Ham kits on, and they're starting a new season this weekend as well. And how do you think they're going to do this season?
I've got mixed feelings. You know, I need to see a few fresh legs come in for this season to have a bit more confidence installed in me. We're linked with obviously Maguire. Looks like it could be a done deal. Ward-Prowse hopefully could be a good signing. I think it's Alvarez coming in. Haven't seen loads of him. I won't say I have, but hopefully, you know, some fresh legs would be great. Got good momentum obviously after winning the Europa Conference League, and hopefully, yeah, push on and do decent things this season. You know.
And would it be a dream of yours to fight at the West Ham ground?
100%. London Stadium. One day I want to headline that place. Big undercard of, you know, West Ham local fighters. Be unbelievable. One day I believe I will headline.
Indeed. And one final question, just for the fans coming out for you this weekend, what would you like to say to them?
Just thanks to everyone. You know, my sponsors, my supporters. Couldn't do it without you all. You know, you drive me, you push me on. My family, my girlfriend. You know, I do everything for you. So, you know, it's all right being motivated to do things for yourself, but when you have another motivation like your family and like your girlfriend, you know, it just allows you to push on and do even more. So yeah, I thank them all.
Thank you very much, George.